And look who's back this week.
It is great to be back. My name is James Cuellar.
Yeah, hope none of you have forgotten.
Yes.
But we're here from the University of Oklahoma Weather Lab bringing you your weekly regional forecast. And this is starting on Thursday, not Friday, January 31st, 2019.
Well, we actually have a pretty jam-packed show for you guys. We are going to be looking at the mild thaw ahead after the frigid temperatures that we've been experiencing over the northern half of the country. We do have roller coaster temps ahead as temperatures are going to be going up and down for most of us throughout the country. And we do have above average precipitation that we are going to be talking about for most of us across the country. So how on earth has it been so cold across the upper Midwest and the Northeast this week? It has been absolutely insane about how cold it has been in those areas.
Honestly, those temperatures and wind chills they have been seeing is just unbelievable.
Yes.
And it is all caused by something called the polar vortex. So essentially what the polar vortex is, it is an upper level low pressure, and it's situated over the North Pole. And the polar vortex is very strong during the winter time, and the stronger it gets, the less circular it gets, and the more wavy it gets. And so because of that, parts of the polar vortex will start to dip down towards the south. They'll kind of form like a branch or even a lobe of the polar vortex. And then that caused our jet stream to dip even further south. And those two things combined just caused this Arctic plunge of cold air. It's honestly absolutely insane how cold these temperatures and even the wind chills have been in these areas, like 50 below zero in some of these areas with those wind chills. But it does look like, thankfully, we will get a bit of a warm-up from this. So this is going to be on Saturday. The polar vortex and the lobe of the polar vortex starts to retreat a little bit, goes back towards the poles. The polar jet stream as well starts to go more north. And then because of that, we'll get relatively warmer temperatures. Not warm.
It's going to be a relief for a lot of people, though, who've been experiencing temperatures well below zero.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so even temperatures higher than zero are a lot better for those areas than what they have seen. But let's look at what those 6 to 10-day temperatures are going to be looking like. James?
Well, we're going to be looking at actually the temperature rebound, particularly across the southern states. It's actually going to be very pleasant as we enter the weekend. And Super Bowl Sunday is going to be coming around, and it's going to be in the 50s in Atlanta. So if you are going to be going to the Super Bowl this weekend, go out, enjoy it, tailgate, have fun. It is going to be a very pleasant weekend for many of us across the southeast. Now, in terms of the country itself, we actually are going to be looking at below average temperatures across many of the northern states in the next 6 to 10 days. But again, in the eastern states, we are going to be looking at a very, very nice warm up. They're going to be above average temperatures, but temperatures will be pleasant for this time of year. And in terms of precipitation, pretty much all of us are going to be seeing above average precipitation over the next 6 to 10 days, with the exception of southern Florida and the extreme Pacific Northwest. But for the rest of us, especially in the Northeast, we will be seeing above average precipitation. Now we have more Arctic air that's going to be coming in.
It's a roller coaster. It is just absolutely a roller coaster. So this is early next week. So this is Monday. This is at 3 p.m. It's the afternoon. Southeastern and Midwestern states, most of us are going to be actually looking pretty nice. But if you look up towards the north in Bismarck, North Dakota, 8 degrees below zero it looks like for next Monday. And if we play this out even further, that cold air just continues to descend upon the rest of us as we get towards later next week. So here's a look at Wednesday. Most of us are seeing those below freezing temperatures, and again, this just continues. We're getting roller coaster temperatures until Thursday early morning. Most of us are going to be seeing these freezing temperatures. Yes. Winter is definitely here, and it's causing these
Except for southern Florida. They've decided to not participate in this Arctic plunge, but for the rest of the country, they are going to be seeing very, very cold temperatures.
That 8 to 14 day,
though. The 8 to 14 day temperatures, we are going to be seeing those below average temperatures once again for the majority of the country, with the exception of the extreme southeast. The extreme southeast, we're going to be seeing above average temperatures more than likely, but for many of us across the majority of the country, those below average temperatures in the next 2 weeks will be dominant. And now in terms of precipitation, once again, pretty much all of us are going to be seeing above average precipitation more than likely. The only pocket of below average precipitation is at the extreme northwest part of Washington state, expect below average precipitation for the next 2 weeks or so. What about the drought?
We have a drought still in the western states, but then a little bit of a drought, really, this is what we want to draw your attention to, is that a slight drought is starting to develop in extreme southern Florida.
Yes.
So we will keep an eye on that and continue to update on you. But once again, this podcast has been brought to you by the University of Oklahoma Weather Lab, and we are partnered with the Southern Climate Impacts Planning Program. We normally post these podcasts on Friday, but we're doing something different. We post it on Thursday, but where did you watch this?
Yes, you be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and on YouTube in order to see the latest posts for our podcast.
Have a great week, everyone.